Okay, this is the review for the evens answer key. Okay, so for each, identify the x-intercepts, write the functions in intercept, standard, and vertex form. So when I first did this one, it was facing up and it says assume that A is 1. Okay, so that's why in front of all of these, there's an invisible 1. However, for this one, it says assume that A is -1. So that's going to affect our answers down here. It's not going to affect our x-intercepts, however. So again, our x-intercepts are where it crosses the x-axis. Remember, your x-axis is horizontal and your y-axis is vertical. So it crosses here and it crosses here. So this one right here is at a 2, 0, and this one is at a 6, 0. Okay, and remember, your x-intercepts could be written as points, or you could see it as x equals. So x equals 2 and 6, or you can see it as 2, 0 and 6, 0. Can't really see that 6. Okay, 2, 0 and 6, 0. Again, they are x-intercepts. So these are x, y points. So make sure the x-intercept number goes under the x value. Okay, for intercept form, this is when it's factored. Okay, so this is when it looks like this. X is in parentheses and X is in parentheses. Okay, and it's always going to be opposite of your x-intercepts. So if this one's a 2, then down here, it's going to be a -2. 6 is going to be a -6. The other important information they told us was assume A is -1. Okay, A is going to go out front. So I'm going to put a -1 out front. You could also just put a negative out front. Okay, you can see it either way. Okay, remember standard form is when we're going to FOIL this out. So I'm going to rewrite this below. And just like the other video on one of the problems, I'm going to leave this till last. Okay, so I'm just going to FOIL out that part first. So your x has to go to both things on the right. So x times x is x squared. X times -6 is -6x. Then this -2 has to go to both things. -2 times x is a -2x. Negative and a negative makes a +12. Okay, and then I'm going to add like terms, which are these guys. X squared minus 8x plus 12. But I'm not done because I have this guy up here I didn't mess with yet. So you have to bring him down. Okay, and then I have to distribute that -1 into everything in the parentheses because standard form means there's no parentheses left. Okay, which is going to change all of the signs to be opposite because it's only a -1. Okay, so that's going to go up here because that's standard form. Okay, the next thing is vertex form. Okay, and that's where you have x minus h squared plus k, and technically there's the a out front. I didn't write it for this left number 1 because a was 1. Okay, however, it's going to matter for 2 because a is not 1, a is -1. Okay, so my vertex is up here at the top. My vertex is at 4, comma, I think it's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4, 4. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to write is -1. I'm going to have something squared. Okay, it's opposite keep. So remember, this is the x. X always goes inside. So out of these two values up here, this 4 on the left is the x. It's positive, so it's going to write as -4. Keep the other 4. The y value is 4. It's +4. Means from 0, 0, I had to go up 4 and right 4. Okay, next let's go below. Okay, so this one, you automatically knew what this one was because B and C were already done for you. However, you had to show work for it. So this one had to be A. Okay, it has to be A, and we're going to factor. So this is going to factor as X and X. Okay, well, negative 12. So let's see. So you have 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. 3 and 4, and it's going to be a negative 4 and a positive 3. Negative 4 times 3 makes negative 12, but I have to add to a negative 1. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. Okay, but this doesn't help me for these problems. I have to find solutions. So this right here is going to be x equals 4, and that's going to be x equals negative 3. When you solve, they change signs, and when you take the solutions and put them back into factors, back into parentheses, they also switch signs. Okay, so on A had a solution of negative 3 and 4. Okay, so that's why those matched up. Okay, so convert the following standard to intercept. Okay, again, intercept means factor. Intercept means factor. So again, 12, so 1 and 12, 2 and 6, or 3 and 4. Remember, if you don't know what the factors are, you can use your table. So turn it on, go to table, clear out what's ever there. And I'm trying to factor 12, so you do 12 divided by x. Start at 0. And then it gives you your factors: 1, 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, 4 and 3. Okay, so it's going to give them all to you. So I need to add to 7. Those aren't going to add to 7. The only one that's going to add to 7 is 3 and 4. Okay, so this is just going to be x plus 3, x plus 4. Done. If I had an a value that wasn't a 1, that would go in front. Okay, because remember, you always GCF first. Okay, let's see if I can do this one. 3x squared minus 19x plus 14. Okay, 3 isn't going to go into any of them. So I'm not going to have a GCF. So I need to do my big X. So my A, my B, my C, 3, negative 19, negative 14. A times C goes on the top. So 3 times negative 14 is negative 42. And we're going to add to negative 19. When you do your sides on this, it's a 3x squared. So make sure you have the 3x on the bottom. Okay, it's always ax. Okay, let's see what makes 42. 1 and 42, 2 and 21. Oh, I think actually 2 and 21 works. 2 and 21. Okay, one of them has to be negative to multiply. So 2 and 21 negative 21 plus 2. So 2 and negative 21. Okay, but I'm not done because you need to simplify. Ooh, too far. Okay, you need to simplify these fractions first. So 2 over 3x doesn't simplify, so I can bottoms up with that one to make 3x plus 2. Okay, that's this side. But this side, 21 over 3 simplifies because 3 goes into both of them, which leaves that a negative 7 over 1x. So this one then becomes x minus 7. Okay, let's go below. Convert the following to standard. Okay, standard means FOIL everything out. 4x and 5x makes a 20x squared. 4x and negative 2 makes a negative 8x. Negative 1 and 5x makes a negative 5x. Negative 1 and negative 2 makes a positive 2. Add like terms. 20x squared, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, minus 13x plus 2. Final answer. Okay, the next says convert vertex to standard. So again, you're doing the same thing. Okay, we're multiplying first. So this part I have to do first. Okay, that means x plus 2, x plus 2. Okay, that's going to end up being x squared plus 4x plus 4. Because you're going to have a 2x and you have another 2x to make a 4x plus 4. But remember, you're not done. You have to bring down that minus 5. X squared plus 4x minus 1 is your final answer. Okay. Go down some more. Convert the following into vertex. Okay, so this is where you're going to have some more work. See how much work I have over there? So I need my ABCs. So 1, 4, and negative 12. And then we're going to be using the x equals negative b over 2a, which I showed in yesterday's video, the other video. Okay, so x equals negative 4 over 2a is 2 times 1 is negative 4 over 2 is negative 2. So my vertex, because remember we're converting to vertex form, is going to be negative 2 comma something. Okay, that something is when I plug it back in. So negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2 minus 12. 4 minus 8 minus 12. That's 4 minus 20 is a negative 16. If you can't do this in your head, use your calculator. It's okay. Negative 16. And remember, if you want to check your work table, clear out what's there. X squared plus 4x minus 12. And I'm looking for negative 2. Negative 2 is negative 16, and that's what I found. Okay, but I'm not done because it wants it in standard or in vertex form, which means it has to be an equation. So f of x equals, my a was 1, so I don't care about it. X opposite keep plus 2 squared minus 16. Opposite keep. When you're writing your equation, opposite keep. Okay, that's where this comes from. Opposite keep. Okay, and then this one, A, B, C, 1, negative 9, and 40. X equals negative 9 over 2 times 1 equals 9 over 2, which is 4.5. Okay, we really don't like decimals, but we can use a decimal. Plug it back in. 4.5 squared minus 9 times 4.5 plus 40 is 19.75. So 4.5 and 19.75. And then x opposite, keep. Or if you saw it as a fraction, that's what it would look like with fractions. All I did was use the little toggle button.